Hello, very good morning. Once again, this is N.Hemanth Kumar, working as a faculty in the Department of Commerce and Management, dealing with a subject called Principles of Management for BBA. So, in the last videos, we have seen the first 4 units. I have done 4 different videos in respective with 4 different units. And now today in this particular video I am going to explain about the unit 5, that is controlling. This is what the last functions of management. As I already mentioned you in the previous videos also, in the functions of management we have 6 major functions, starting with planning, organizing, staffing, directing and coordinating and controlling. These are the 6 major functions of management where every manager have to concentrate on and where every manager has to be involved in executing these functions. So in that process we have covered all the first 4 to 5 functions in the first 4 units, and now today let us talk about controlling. Yes, this is what the unit 5 and the last part of the entire syllabus. So coming to this controlling unit, what are the topics that we are going to cover? See, this is what the index regarding this particular unit 5. One is introduction of controlling, definitions I am going to explain you about, and moreover I am going to concentrate on the importance of controlling, and moreover how controlling can be done, what is the process or what are the steps involved in controlling the things in the organization, and moreover what are the different types of controls which normally apply in the organizational context, and what are the different techniques of controlling. So these are the topics that I am going to cover in this particular video. Okay, so before now let me start with the introduction part, that is controlling is as I already mentioned you, controlling is one of the managerial function where every managers have to concentrate on, where every manager have to implement for sure. See, if planning have been done properly, if planning, organizing or staffing or directing or coordinating functions have been done properly, then we have not left the activities activities in a shell. You have to implement or you have to control the activities what is going on in that particular context. So controlling is a process of monitoring performance, and again controlling is all about taking necessary actions to ensure the desired results. That is what the controlling significance. And also it sees to it that the right things happen in the right ways and at the right time. So controlling is a function which can be applied in order to avoid the wastages, in order to reduce the wastage of time, or in order to make use of the available resources in an optimum level. This is what very important. So controlling is the very important a very important function which every manager have to focus on. Without controlling, or without, if you cannot apply the controlling function, we may not get the desired results, and you may not receive the exact output what you are expecting from that particular activity. So controlling is very much needed. And when it comes to the definitions of controlling is what the last functions of management in which the actual performance of the employees is being measured. It leads to the achievement of pre-decided goals, and obviously as I mentioned you in the previous videos itself, every organization will be decided, and every organization will be designed with certain kind of objectives. right, with certain kind of desired goals have to be achieved by every individual employee, every individual department. So that is the reason why every organization has to keep focus on implementing or achieving the desired goals. So that's the reason why controlling is what the last function where a manager can make use of it, and he can go for assessing what is the actual performance and what is the standard performance. Is the performance according to the standards or not? We can decide it very clearly. And coming to the next one, that is if we can have a look on the importance of controlling. Yes, with the use of controlling concept, we can set up the required standards to be achieved in the organizational environment, and we can measure the performance of the organization, how far it is going on. Is it running according to the standards, or is it observing any deviations? So with the use of controlling concept, with the by applying the controlling concept, by applying the controlling function, we can measure the performance of the organization at every aspect, and moreover we can have a comparison of the performance regarding with the employees and regarding with the organizations. Say if we can make use of this controlling function, we can compare the previous year results with the present year results, and even the employees also can compare their performances. What is their last year's performance and what is their present year's performance? So by applying the controlling concept only, we can compare the different performances of various stakeholders in the organization, and moreover we can analyze. See, obviously, yes, deviations can be observed or deviations can be occurred. It is quite common in the organization. To reduce those deviations, to reduce those unwanted happenings, or to reduce those uncertain deviations, we are applying a concept called controlling. And moreover, we can go for taking remedial actions also, as far as this if we can implement controlling function. And controlling also helps you to give feedback, and you can have you'll be focused more on concurrent, and you can be in a position to predict the future results if you can apply the controlling concept properly. And coming to the process of controlling, these are the 4 steps where every manager normally follows when they want to control their activities in the organization. So yes, first one, every manager have to focus on what kind of standards that they are expecting from a department or from an employee. So for that purpose, for this purpose, manager have to establish some standards in the point of view of employee performance, standards in the point of view of organizational pre-decided goals. See, if the pre-decided goals are different and if the employees' performances are different, then it is of no use. Every employee should stick on the standards where the organization has already pre-decided. So that is the reason why every employee should work according to the standards. Every work should be completed according to the standards. For this purpose, managers has to implement a controlling function. So when they are implementing, when they are into the process of applying controlling aspect, they have to establish the required standards, and and even after establishing standards, they have to measure the actual performance. Generally, the standard performances may not be achieved by every employee. Sometimes we can observe some gap in between the actual and standard performances. So what is the gap, or how much gap has been generated in between the actual and standard? That can be observed, that can be analyzed by applying a concept called controlling. And moreover, we can compare the actual performances and as well as standard performances, and we can help, we can go for taking corrective actions also. So these are the 4 steps where every manager has to keep on concentrating when he is applying a concept called controlling. So he need to take corrective actions also. And when it comes to types of controlling types, so we have 3 different controlling types, that is feed forward control, concurrent control, and feedback control. Yes, feed forward control is all about, it anticipates what are the future problems that can be raised in the organizational scenario, what are the future problems or future deviations can be expected. Yes, controlling concept helps us to control the things in the current situation, as well as controlling also helps us to predict the future. Yes, so when we are applying a concept called controlling, yes, feed forward control is going to help us to anticipate what are the problems that can be, what are the threats that an organizations can face in the future. And coming to the concurrent control, it connects problems as they happen. Yes, suppose if any deviations or if any problem has been observed in the organizational scenario at that point of time, yes, every manager can analyze it very clearly if they follow concurrent control, as it connects problems as they happen. And finally, last but not least, that is feedback control. It connects problems after they occur. Yes, feedback control gives us a clarity about, yes, so and so event has been happened, so and so deviation has been observed, so we need to take corrective measures, we need to go for implementing corrective measures. So feedback control helps us to keep on tracking about the situations where what we can see after the deviations has been happened. And these are the different types of control. And when it comes to the techniques of control, we have segregated. Let us segregate the techniques of controlling into 2 types, that is traditional techniques and modern techniques. Under traditional techniques, we have personal observation, break-even analysis, statistical reports, budget control. And under modern techniques, we have returns on investment, ratio analysis, responsibility accounting, and management audit, program evaluation and review technique, and critical path method, and management information system. These are the traditional techniques which are available to control the organizational scenario. Let us find out one by one very briefly. Yes, coming to the first one, traditional. Under traditional techniques, we have the first point, that is personal observation. Yes, it is the oldest traditional method available to perform the controlling function. Here the manager can observe personally what the employees or workers are doing, and what here the manager personally observes the employees or workers at the workplace. In simple, if you want to explain personal observation as one of the traditional technique, we can understand it as on the spot or direct observation. So direct observation pressurizes the employees and motivates them to work at maximum efficiency. So this is what the first method regarding with personal observation. And second one, that is break-even analysis. See, we have got one formula regarding the break-even point, that is fixed cost divided by price minus variable cost. This particular controlling technique depicts the relationship between the control cost and volume at different output levels. It is also called as cost, volume, and profit analysis. So this is also one of the traditional technique where every manager normally follows when they want to implement a controlling function. And coming to the third one, that is statistical reports. Yes, here what exactly the managers do is they gather some information to evaluate performance in the future in the functional areas. However, Moreover, they use the collected information for comparison purpose. As I mentioned you in the process of controlling, in the third phase, we are comparing the actual standards with standard performance. So if you want to compare the actual with standard performances, we need to make use of these gathered information in the form of statistical reports. Right, so it involves the analysis of the numeric data in the form of averages, percentages, correlations, ratios, etc. And coming to the next traditional method, that is a traditional technique, that is budgetary control. This is what one of the commonly used controlling technique if they want to cut down or if they want to reduce the unwanted wastages in their budgets. For this purpose only, budgetary control technique is being utilized by many organizations in the particular context. So, coming to the next one, that is budgetary control is an important traditional control technique used in planning and controlling function. It covers the planning of the essential operations followed by its comparisons with the actual performance. And these are the more traditional techniques what we have. And coming to the last one, that is modern techniques. Under modern techniques, these are the additions to the management literature. These are of recent origin and provide innovative methods for organizational evaluation and control. So under the modern techniques, we have got the first one, that is ROI, that is returns on investment. It is the profit earned by the invested capital. It is the analyzed to attain financial control in the business. So it is also known as the dew point system of financial analysis. So under financial statements and ratio analysis, it helps us to control the finances of the organization by calculating different ratios. Yes, for this purpose, data is being accumulated from different firms or companies in the form of financial statements. And coming to the next one, that is responsibility accounting. See, it's an accounting system that depends upon the responsibilities assigned to the employee. Yes, of course, every organization may have number of employees and every employee will be assigned with a kind of responsibility. So businesses conduct an evaluation of the employee's ability to fulfill the assigned responsibility as per set standards. And next one, management audit. It is nothing but management or internal audit is the examination of the utilization of the company's resources. Yes, of course, every organization is going to have the required amount of resources like men, material, machinery, money, methods. See, these are the required basic resources required to carry on any operations in the organization. So management audit is going to have a close connection about the utilization of the company's resources, how far we are making use of the available resources properly. And coming to the next one, most modernized methods or most modernized techniques is PERT and CPM. PERT stands for Program Evaluation and Review Technique, and CPM stands for Critical Path Method. See, these two methods are used for project management and evaluation. The activity or project's success is largely affected by the time taken and steps involved. Therefore, every manager should strive to cut the total time and cost involved in completing the activity. So this is about PERT and CPM. You see, this is what a huge important technique where it has got huge amount of subject matter. We cannot define the PERT and CPM in one or two lines or in one or two definitions. It's a vast topic. In the next coming videos, we may have some different topics regarding to this PERT and CPM. I'll explain more about PERT and CPM in those videos. And the next one, that is management information system. Yes, it is basically providing information for effective decision making. In short, you can call it as MIS, management information system. Yes. Here the managers can retrieve any data and any kind of information whenever it is needed. It is the cost effective controlling techniques available to the managers. So these are the different modern methods, different traditional and modern methods, modern techniques which are available under the controlling function, right? And so that is what the conclusion of the methods of controlling different controlling techniques. And after learning all the topics like process of controlling, definitions of controlling, importance of controlling, types of controls, and techniques of controls, these are the three key takeaways from this particular unit. The conclusion or the key takeaways of this particular fifth unit about controlling function is, yes, after learning all these concepts, a student may come to know about control is essential, and it is exercised in every organization to maximize the use of HR and other resources. In management, it is to save the cost and maximize the gain. Yes, of course, controlling is a function. It is been applied to maximize the gain and minimize the cost. And in normally controlling is not only been applied in only an organizational scenario, but it is been applied in the militaries also. In military, it is the art of keeping forces under discipline mechanism. Yes. See, after learning all these concepts, what my takeaway or my information is, controlling is all about reducing the wastages and maximizing the gains. So for this purpose only controlling function is being implemented. So with this I end up my today's class. So I'll catch you again in the next coming videos. Thank you.